Ethan Wheatley that is arriving now. I mean, obviously, Ethan Wheatley has been great, just really coming to form straight away for us, especially coming straight out of the academy. It's great to see someone with that opportunity.
You always love to see players coming through, and this is what this club has been built on over the years. It's promoting the youngsters. If they're good enough, they're old enough, and Ethan Wheatley has certainly proved that, and he's going to keep developing. Obviously, he's nowhere near the finished article yet, but it's great to see the likes of him and Harry Amas, Toby Collier, and obviously we've already got Alejandro Garnacho and Kobe Main who are regulars.
We do indeed. All right, we've got Darren Fletcher walking past us there. He's just arrived now too. I mean, he's a guy that's obviously understands the experience at Manchester United, everything that's happened there. How important is it to have that experience, especially in the transition period that we're in?
Well, it is, and especially when it comes to games like today. There was a period in Darren Fletcher's career here where Sir Alex Ferguson, he was the first name on the team sheet. He played in big games, he scored in big games, and the experience that he can pass on to some of these players taking part in big games. And at the moment, where Manchester United are, every game is a big game. But Chelsea, being in the form that they're in and where they are in the table, it's invaluable to have him there.
It is. Now, we have seen that, obviously, Diogo Dalot is around as well. I mean, we've seen how well he's just fit into that role, really, and he's, as well as obviously the defensive line and really cheering on when anyone makes a tackle or Nana makes a save and everything, he's obviously trying to get up as well and trying to create those chances.
Well, if everything's to be believed about Ruben Amorim when he comes in and the style of play that he wants to play and the formation, then Diogo Dalot is going to be key. I think he's absolutely perfect for that role.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we can see the fans' reaction to everyone. Hi, should we go and see what they're saying? I think we should then. I'm going to get involved. Hi, how are you doing?
Good.
Are you looking forward to today's game?
Yeah, I'm not watching it though.
Oh, yeah.
You're not?
I will be, but I'm not got tickets.
Oh, well, we'll have to try and see someone around. I mean, I don't know if I can. If anyone's watching this, they might be able to, who knows? But you've got some signatures here. Who have you got on your shirt so far?
I've got Bayinder's glove.
You got Bayinder's glove? That's lovely, that. What else have you got?
Bruno, Johnny Evans. I can't remember who else. I've got...
Well, you need... Oh, Tom Heaton as well, but you need to have some space on that shirt because there's plenty of players that are coming down and now. Is there any player that you really want to see the most to get signed in that shirt? Who was that, sorry?
Garnacho.
Why is Garnacho your favourite player?
He's just the best.
Yeah, there we go. We've got some great shouts there, but thank you very much. We're going to see the best here with the fans there. Ben, obviously, we've got the fans here. I mean, we've got Ruud van Nistelrooy that has just arrived now. I mean, probably the most jappest outfit there is rivaling your suit. Little look there, Ben. Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Thank you. He'll always look smarter than me, I can promise you that.
I mean, but obviously he's had a great reception, hasn't he? We'll go for a little wander here, Ben. I mean, we can obviously see the atmosphere here. How important is it that, the players, the staff, they feel the atmosphere here? Just going into the stadium, just really build up that mentality.
But I arrived here soon after 10:30 this morning, and these barriers are already up, and there's already people standing behind them. That's 6 hours before kick-off, so you can see what it means to these fans that are here. And slowly but surely, during the course of the time, obviously in preparation for the players arriving, it just gets busier and busier. And if you're not here at that time, you won't get a spot at the front.
I mean, you can massively. You've got Ruud van Nistelrooy, obviously, that's interim manager before, obviously, Ruben Amorim comes in. You've seen the elation on Ruud's face when the goals were coming in here. I mean, it must be great for him to obviously see, that the players are starting to respond, starting to have that bit of spark in them.
Well, we certainly saw that response on Wednesday night, scoring 5 goals and the way that they played. I think he's just going to ask for more of the same when it comes to Chelsea. Obviously going to be a different kettle of fish. Chelsea are a really vibrant, attacking, quick side, and it's going to be a totally different to the game that we saw on Wednesday. But if he gets the same response out of them, I think United are in with a fantastic chance of gaining 3 points here this afternoon.
Massively. I mean, we've just seen Ruud van Nistelrooy walk past us just then. Obviously, a massive game today. Let us know, obviously, what you're thinking. Get your tweets in, get involved in it on social media. Now, we've also got some of the players here. We've got Diogo Dalot behind us. We've got Rasmus Højlund there as well. I mean, the fans must absolutely love this interaction with them, especially because, as we said, when that stadium's full, it's hard to really just, get to know those personalities. But people don't realise how much it must mean to those fans just have that little small like hello from that player just does for them, because Manchester United's everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, a lot of these people will probably have come from far and wide, and just for at least one of the players to stop and either say a few words or be able to sign an autograph or a shirt or a ball or whatever it is they brought, it's invaluable, and it just helps to make the day more sweet.
I mean, exactly that. I mean, there's so many shirts out here. There's everyone getting involved. I mean, we have got Ahmad that's there now. I mean, this is probably a really interesting time for the younger players in the squad, because some of them might not have dealt with this transition before. Some of them don't know how to deal with it, but it's probably great that we've got such a good balance in our squad. We've got, you know, the experience of, you know, Johnny Evans, Harry Maguire, that's obviously used to the loud shouts that people get with Manchester United. But then obviously these young players, they'll need that experience to lean on.
Yeah, of course they do. It's important in all walks of life, but certainly in a football team, to be able to have that mixture of youth and experience. Ahmad has been one of the star performers for me, and obviously he's probably not been involved recently as much as he would have liked, but you can see what sort of an impact he has when he comes on, and I think he's got a huge part to play this season. And Johnny Evans, there's not really much more I can say about him, just absolutely fantastic. What a professional, and somebody that you can learn from in any football team. But not only that, when he's asked to call upon and do a job, whether it's at centre-back, whether it's at left-back, whatever it is, he does it impeccably.
I mean, exactly that. I mean, are there any particular players that you think will obviously be wanting to shine today? We've seen it, I just said, you know, on Wednesday, you've seen that obviously there was a bit more creativity that was shown there, a little bit more confidence. Today it could be another opportunity to show off the creative skills going on. A bit like you said about Ahmad, is there any other player that you're curious to see and how they respond during this time?
I think that Ruud van Nistelrooy from Wednesday night, because of the team that he selected on Wednesday night, there won't be too many changes. The most obvious one being Andre Onana coming back in between the sticks. But I'm not so sure whether he's going to change very, very much. 2 or 3 players maybe, including the goalkeeper. But the way that team performed on Wednesday night, yes, you can take into account the opposition. It won't be as strong as it is today. But listen, it's still a game that needs winning.
Yeah, massively. I mean, you've mentioned it just there, some of these players, you know, there might not be that many changes, but now you've seen this fan atmosphere here and stuff. There are some younger players that obviously have seen the opportunity that has been given, and now you've got Ethan Wheatley, for instance, that we've just seen go in. I mean, there could be even more opportunities there. So it's probably a time where the academy are very, very hungry, you know, to obviously see, hold on, we could get another opportunity here to be involved and step up to the first team.
Well, the 2 obvious names that spring to mind are Harry Amass and Sam Murray, because of the situation with Luke Shaw and Terrell Malacia. And as we mentioned about Diogo Dalot earlier, if what you read is to believe that we are going to have a slight change of system and use more of a wing-back system, then Diogo Dalot is pretty much nailed on for that right-hand side, providing he stays in form. But the left-hand side could be an issue, and certainly the likes of Harry Amass and Sam Murray must be eyeing that up.
I mean, yeah, we can obviously hear the shouts that are around here now. We've got Casemiro that is just arriving now. I mean, we have to talk about that goal earlier on the week. Unbelievable goal, wasn't it, from him?
Incredible. And it just shows you that when people start knocking players like Casemiro, you forget what an unbelievable career he's had and what quality he possesses. And that goal on Wednesday night was sensational. And I was just sorry that he never managed to get his hat-trick.
I know, I think everyone
would have been a sweet moment for him.
It would have been. I mean, you can see that he's here with his little one now as well. I mean, I bet he was showing off that little one there. Lovely to see Casemiro there. I mean, we've got his little one behind her as well. Jacko probably was in the back garden or something showing his little one, this is how it's done.
It was a sensational strike, and what a way to get you up and running on Wednesday night with a goal like that. It's enough to just leave you gobsmacked. But then they continued after that and done what they haven't done for a majority of the season, and that is go and put teams to the sword and score goals. It was so refreshing to come in at half time. All right, they conceded just before, which made it, slightly uneasy coming out, but they still had a 2-goal lead, which hasn't happened. I think once at Southampton, that was it. And that is what United are capable of and what we need to see them get back to doing.
I mean, although it was obviously a great show for Manchester United earlier in the week, it was against Leicester.
Yeah.
Different competition tonight against Chelsea. I mean, and I'm saying tonight, it feels very dark already. I mean,
and it will be by the time we kick off.
Yeah, it will be. I mean, how different do you think we could potentially set up or play against Chelsea today?
I don't think that we will set up differently in that, and this is only my opinion, is that I noticed something about Manuel Agati on Wednesday night where I thought he could be a Ji-Sung Park when called upon, and that is somebody who can man mark, like do a job for 90 minutes man marking. And when you've got somebody in the opposition like Cole Palmer that they rely on so heavily both to create and to score goals, I don't think it can be a bad way to set your team up with Manuel Agati just making sure that Cole Palmer doesn't have the influence that he has had in many a game for Chelsea since he joined. He's a sensational player, but let's see how he copes with something like that. Whether Ruud will do that or not, I don't know.
I mean, you'll have to see, as you said, I think everyone's wondering what the style of play is going to be like when our new manager comes in. And obviously he knows Manuel Agati very well. There are certain players that could, for instance, that he may know that might get a look in a bit more. So he might want to show himself today, Agati, as you said, to obviously show what he can do, because, as you said, Diogo Dalot might be called a bit more utilised, especially if it's a 3-4-3 setup that we keep hearing.
Well, when a new manager comes in, there's undoubtedly going to be changes. He's going to want to put his own stamp on it, and he's going to have to do that fairly quickly as well. I just feel as though for these next 3 games, we need to forget about the new manager. We know when he's coming, and we know what sort of a footballing style he wants to bring to the club. But it's imperative over these next 3 games that we get more points on the board in Europe, and more importantly, that we get 2 wins under our belt before the international break in the Premier League. I
mean, we know how important it is to get those points in this time. Well, I mean, across the season, but especially during this transition, as we said. But what do you want to see from the players? What kind of attitudes, what kind of mentality do you want to see from them dealing with this before the new manager comes in?
Well, the same as they showed on Wednesday night. I know that we can't compare because this Chelsea side are a very good side, especially the forward line. They're full of pace, full of trickery, and they're so direct, but they do leave themselves open a little bit. But if United play anywhere near and approach the game with the same attitude that they did on Wednesday night, I think they've got a great chance of taking 3 points here from a very good Chelsea side.
I mean, that would be phenomenal if so, wouldn't it? It'd be a great week for Manchester United if that's the case. I mean, we can hear the shouts from the fans as well. There's even more players arriving now. We've got Tom Heaton that's arriving now too. I mean,
another one that's vital for the dressing room.
Yeah, a massive character of that dressing room, as you said there. I mean, he's always just so calm, and probably something about being a goalkeeper, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they are obviously a bit bonkers because of, what they decided to do for a career, and that's have people whacking balls at them for 80, 90 miles an hour.
About him. I hear you calling him bonkers. He's just behind us, Ben.
I think they know that anyway. There's a certain sort of thing that you need to be a goalkeeper, and I certainly didn't have it.
I mean, are you sure?
Definitely.
I was going to say, you might have ticked the bonkers thing in my book, Ben. You may have. But as you said, key characters that are really important, especially, during this point in our season for us. And those characters, I mean, Tom's great, with really saying what this club's all about, but also about just trying to lift the spirits of everyone.
Yeah, of course. It's not, listen, we're in November now, and it hasn't been the start that either you wanted or that we envisaged. And it's imperative that you have players like Tommy and like Darren Fletcher, who I know is obviously on the other side, like Ruud, who's taking charge today. People that know and have been at this club when, they might be going through a little bit of a sticky time and know how to generate the motivation to get you out of it. And that is certainly what's needed. And that's why players like him, players like Johnny Evans, that they are so vital to making sure that we get out of where we are at the moment.
I mean, I just said it is vital here. I mean, academy players are going to be even more important, as we said, in this. Seeing just really that, the opportunity there. I mean, must be hungry. We've seen how the under-21s and under-18s have been doing this season, especially the under-18s. Make sure you tune into MUTV because that's where you can watch that coverage of the academy squad. I mean, it has been exciting to see the goals galore that have been going on there.
It's amazing. I watched our under-18s yesterday and they were incredible, and I don't obviously get a chance to watch them a lot, but when it was so great after hearing Liam Bradford, who does a lot of the commentary for them, talking about what a joy they are to watch. And I'm looking forward to the FA Youth Cup campaign starting, and for them just to keep going and keep putting teams to the sword. That's what they do, showing no mercy. And every game they go into it with full of confidence and full of goals, and they're a pleasure to watch.
They are a pleasure to watch. And what else is a pleasure to watch are these players arriving now. So as we said, we've got Lisandro Martinez, Manuel Agati, plenty more players coming in to take a look at this.
Linda, that's right.
Victor! Throwing! How are you finding that? Okay.
Sickness time for the fans.